Let's try to save Waco Mundo. Hey everyone, welcome to Prince the Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Bleach, the Thousand Year Blood War, episode 3? 3, I believe. 3, yes. I am bad with that sometimes. So last time, Ichigo, Chad, and Orihime went with Kisuke to Waco Mundo, because they found out that it's being victimized by the enemy. Uru didn't go because he's a little bitch. Now, in actuality, it's because of biases, and he felt like he can't really get involved because of being a Quincy and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, it makes sense. um, I'm still curious as to what he's gonna do once he finds out that the Quincy are the ones, behind this. I really am curious as to how he's gonna react to that fact. Um, so we get to see Nell again, and we also get to see these three who serve under Hollybell. And I forgot about them from the original series. I mentioned specifically, I can't think of her name right now, but the really buff one who I was kind of flustered over a little bit. um, yeah, her and the others were in the original series, and I just forgot about them. It happens. It's been a long time since I've gotten to that part of the series, and I just didn't remember compared to other characters. That's just bound to happen with something like this. But it was brought up to me that it's maybe surprising that I didn't remember her because of, my affinity for buff women. Which is fair. But again, it's like, I can't remember everything. I can't remember everyone. Especially when it's been quite a long time since I've seen the original Bleach for the most part. Because I think the furthest along that I've gotten, like, in the past, pretty much decade, pretty much since the series was originally running. I think the furthest I've gotten since then in trying to rewatch and stuff has been um probably up to Aizen's reveal. So it's like a lot of the stuff after that, especially with Waco Mundo and the Arankar and whatnot, I'm going based off of just my other memories from before. But I remember quite a bit. It's just I don't remember everything. Um, so yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see what else I do and do not remember as we continue along. But this is definitely going to be leading to some interesting stuff, and I'm very curious to see what more this arc has in store for us. Because, like I said before, I don't really know. I know pretty much nothing about the arc and the story. I just know, a couple little details here and there. Um, because it's stuff I've heard about from since this anime of this arc began airing and stuff. And maybe a few things from even before then. So yeah, it's just a case of knowing a couple small things. So luckily, I don't know big spoilers. I don't know the big plot of this, and I like that. Because knowing a few small things, it's like there's a lot of shows where that's the case, such as One Piece, unfortunately. But like with One Piece, this stuff is pretty much almost entirely out of context as well. So I don't know like all the details about it or anything, and I don't know when it's gonna come up. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. A lot to look forward to nonetheless. And I don't know everyone who returns in this, in terms of characters, but I assume we'll see most of the main Soul Society squads. I wonder if we'll end up seeing the Shibas, Kukaku and Ganju. Um, Also, I found out that Kaname Tozen, um, he is apparently, I guess, been recast from the original because he's now voiced in Thousand Year Blood War by AJ Beckles, who is also the dub voice of Okaroon from Dandadan, among many other things. Um, but yeah, he voices Kaname Tozen in this one. So, I mean, I'm all for it. I like him as a voice actor. I'm just very curious as to how different the voice is going to be. I think most of them still are the same though, and I'm very curious as to like what other kinds of characters we're going to get throughout this, because there's so much potential with how big this arc is supposed to be and how well it's been doing since this first started coming out. So I'm very just interested to see how it lives up to all the hype and whatnot. Um, but we're gonna get into this and see how Ichigo and them deal with Mister Totally Not a Nazi. Because let's be honest, this guy is like practically a walking Nazi stereotype. Um, I don't. I think it said his name. Yeah, it said his name. I just can't remember it at the moment. Um, but yeah, it's like it was even pointed out to me. I think by Venom. I think you were the one who pointed out to me that he looked like a Nazi in a movie I've seen. I can't remember which movie it was now, but let me look this up. Let me look this up. This should be quick and easy. I just have to go to my comments on here, and find. Go away. I'm on the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm on the wrong account. Comments have been renamed community, interestingly enough, as well. Let me see if I can find this here. I have to scroll back through basically a week's worth of stuff. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Mila Rose, by the way, is the one muscle lady. Schindler's List. That's right. The lunatic commander from Schindler's List. That's what it was. I know it's like I'm trying to think. It's like I know it's a movie I've seen. I might have even reacted to it. I did react to it. Um, yeah, it's the Wandenreich, I think is what they're calling themselves. It's like the German aspect of it, the way they're dressed and all. It's like it's very clear they're supposed to be representative of Nazis. And that's pretty interesting to me that they're going that route. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to see this fight because this guy definitely is going to be strong. And we saw last time as well a bit more of the leader of the Waldenreich, Yuhabaha, and definitely interested to see exactly what he can do because we've only seen little hints here and there. But he has Hollybell currently, so that's not great. But let's get into it and see what this episode has in store for us. Cutting in here real quick to remind you of all the awesome content we have on the channel. Between Monday and Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions, with 2 on Wednesday. We also have movie reactions every Saturday and Sunday. I pre-record them during the week, but upload them on the weekend. And don't forget about the gaming channel. We have Baldur's Gate 3 every single day. We have Horizon Forbidden West every Monday and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays is Life is Strange Double Exposure. And Wednesdays and Sundays is Beyond Two Souls. On Saturdays, we have both Poppy Playtime and Nier Automata. And on top of that, don't forget to click the link in the description below to get to today's reaction. I redirect everything just due to copyright. You know how it is. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you want to see more awesome content such as this. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for now, let's get to today's reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. When I first watched Bleach, like back when I was younger and everything, when it was first coming out alongside Naruto, alongside One Piece and everything, like, it really lived up to the title of Big 3 for me. I was pretty into all 3 of these shows. And it's only over time that I kind of began veering in different directions, specifically. Veering more towards One Piece, while the other 2 faded a little more, with Naruto fading the least for me in terms of interest. And I, without question, came to be a more casual fan of Bleach and Naruto. To the point where, like, I remember all of this shit about One Piece constantly. Just, and maybe not every single thing, but so much more than I remember about Bleach and Naruto. But when it was at its prime of interest for me, when I was like really into it, this series was just as hype for me back in the day as Naruto and One Piece were. And like I said, they lived up to the title of Big 3 for me. Because they were that impressive, that interesting, and that exciting. And of course, like everyone else, I had my opinions and views and everything. I had certain characters I liked more than others. I drew art. I played some of the games. I was very into it. But like I said, that faded after time, especially with the original anime having been canceled, and with just veering more specifically towards One Piece, I became less and less, like, not less of a fan necessarily, but less invested in Bleach. And with these first 3 episodes now out of the way, a lot of people like to usually look at the first 3 episodes of a series in order to get a good feel for it. And with these first 3 now down, I think I've got a good feel for kind of my current thoughts, my current views and interests with this series again, on how it's forming back up after so long. And I think, at least right now, I'm back to that level of hype that I was at when I was a child. Back to that level of hype I was at when I first watched the original series and was really into it. Because it's like, this is not wasting any time. shit is going down really quickly. The Vandenreich is, like, making sure to just go for it, basically. And I kind of appreciate that, because like the other members of the Big Three, Bleach was known for having some filler. And there was also the fact that some of the arcs and stuff would, like, drag a little bit at times. So having this, like, just, like, blast into it, just, like, go, 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 I really appreciate. But I also like the tone that it's setting while doing so. Not only the intensity of the overall situation, but also you have the scariness of it, because it's without a doubt scary. It's terrifying what they're doing here, because we just saw them come in, invade the Soul Society, and horrifically murder multiple people without blinking an eye, basically. It was not only so fast, but it was so aggressively finite and gruesome that it's like, how do you fight people like this, who are this strong and this intensely motivated to kill? The captains will definitely be able to put up a fight, obviously. But when you have all of these, let's be honest, no names practically, right around where these Quincy are coming in, there's going to be a shit ton of deaths if this is not stopped soon. Like, right away. And it's pretty wild how easy this invasion has been so far. And again, I know it just started, but still. We also got a little bit of the history of the Soul Reapers and the Quincy and their differing viewpoints and all. And it's reaffirmed here that the idea that the Soul Society was not in the right, and that their genocide of the Quincy was, fucked up beyond reason. But it's also very much from a I'm not gonna say propaganda viewpoint, but a biased viewpoint for sure. Where it's like the side recounting this is trying to make it look like they're the good guys, trying to make it look like they tried everything possible, and that this was like a last resort and everything. And it's like, it's a very one-sided view, and a very biased one-sided view. So that definitely needs to be taken into account here. We also have Uryu trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And eventually he does find that out through looking at this hidden diary in his father's desk. And he finds out everything, and dude's just like, this doesn't concern you. And Uryu's like, bitch, fuck you, it doesn't, and just runs out. Yeah, it's like, it's stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if he's, like, to some degree working for the Vandenreich. But I guess we'll see about that. Uryu is definitely opposed to it, though. And of course, I would say main meat of this episode was the fight with the totally not a Nazi guy. His name wasn't reiterated in this episode, so I don't remember what it was. So yeah, this fight between him and Ichigo with the other the girlies joining in again, using their arms to create a giant hell beast. And yeah, it's pretty crazy because this dude can just pull reishi from the air and use it against them. And he has like an advanced version of Uryu's final form, because Uryu's version is like the traditional classic version that he was taught, while the Vandenreich's is more advanced and more powerful because it's a progressive like interpretation of it that apparently Uryu's grandfather, I think it was not a fan of. He didn't like progress. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see like Uryu come into play, because according to this guy, Uryu should be stronger than him, and that's really interesting. I wonder if Uryu's gonna have to come into this battle and be the one to defeat him. Because Ichigo's putting up a good excuse me. Ichigo's putting up a good fight and even found a weak point. But he's still struggling a bit. And the others can't really do much right now because they're just trying to protect Nell and each other and everything. So it's like Uryu might need to come in. And that's wild to think about. Because of that just shows how powerful even the the minions are. If they're that strong, imagine how strong Yuhabaha is. Who apparently, by the way, head Captain Yamamoto fought 1,000 years back and was not able to defeat. So Kirasuchi is blaming him for all of this happening. And, you know, that's pretty ballsy of him to just, like, basically say to head Captain Yamamoto, this is all your fault, bitch. I want to know the history behind that. I want to know why he couldn't defeat him and everything. I'm very curious just to learn more about this entire situation. But yeah, this is going to be insane. We're getting people having the entire top half of their body blown off. People getting massive holes in their midsection. Just these like flaming pillars of reishi. It's pretty nuts. And I think that's what's getting me the most excited and hyped for this series again. Because it's, again, not holding back. It's going at such a quick, like, pace and level that it's getting, like, my heart beating fast. It's getting me, like, extremely, like, not anxious, but tense, I guess you could say. And I'm very, very excited for that kind of feeling. And I'm hoping that this continues to do this well. But, all of that being said, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of episode 3 of Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War? Let me know down below, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.